are here to talk about Together's theme for the year. So every year as a charity, we have a theme that we talk about, and we do lots of activity and raise the profile of. And this year, an incredibly important theme for us is valuing lived experience of mental distress. Our whole approach of working alongside people, that people can lead fulfilling lives in the way that they want to, and that we're there enabling them to do that. And I think this is a really important time to talk about this. There's so much change going on in mental health and social care, with the kind of structures and systems around how people receive care and support, and everything happens at such a pace that my concern is that voice of lived experience doesn't influence service design, doesn't influence some of the really important structures around that, and means that people receive the care and support that they want and need, that enables them to lead fulfilling lives. And I think for Together, lived experiences is important at any level of our organisation. So we're just going through a process of recruiting more trustees to our board, and we have people with lived experience on the board already. We're going to recruit more people with lived experience, so that at that leadership level, it is truly service user leadership, people who have used services, who've experienced services, who also may have had very close family members and have been carers of people who experience mental distress, are also included in that. So for me, this theme is, I feel it personally resonates, but it's also, how do we make sure that we actually include and enable and empower people to lead their own care and support, but what that looks like for the future and for other people. So we talked a little bit about what the theme for the year is and what it means to us. And so the other thing that we really want to talk about is how we're going to explore that throughout the year. So we have Mental Health Awareness Week, and we will be looking to services and people across the organisation to help us to share the stories of people who use our services, to describe how they lead their own care and support, and how we as an organisation really demonstrate and celebrate how we value lived experience. So we'll have Mental Health Awareness Week, we'll also have World Mental Health Day, and then what's a highlight for us every year is our Henry Hawkins annual lecture. As everyone knows, Henry Hawkins was the founder of the organisation. We're really proud of him and the values and how he put people at the centre of how he thought about things, how he put communities at the centre of how he thought about things. And the Lived Experience Network and people with lived experience of mental distress are leading the creation of that lecture event in October. For me, I think it's about how we value the lived experience of people who work for Together and who volunteer, being able to celebrate with them how we can use and draw on their experience as they work alongside people in our services. And I think for me, it's about also how the end of the year, how we've thought about how we work with local communities and the voice of local communities, and how we can bring that into the strategic space at a national level that might influence kind of policymakers and decision makers and commissioners as they think about their services and how that voice of lived experience really shapes those services. So at the end of the day, people who need and use those services get what they want.